Hey, hi, hello, my name is Jupiter, and welcome to my corner of the internet. Tonight, I am excited to talk to you about the group Billlie. Billlie is a 7 member girl group under Mystic Story Entertainment who debuted on November 11th, 2021. I have been around for Billlie since the beginning. I heard their debut song Ring by Ring and was like, this is weird. I don't know if I like it, and was ready to completely walk away. And then I came back and I was like, well, this is weird. I have to listen to it again. And so I did. And I listened to it again and again, and I can tell you that most of the month of November I was listening just to Ring by Billlie and Bugaboo's Bugaboo back and forth. It was just that for like maybe 2 weeks straight, just flip-flopping those songs back and forth, maybe with a pinch of the feels, like just to have some spice. By the time we hit December, Signature's Boyfriend probably hit in. And I know that sounds really specific, but I can remember this era of music for me, of that like late November, early December. It was like a certain pocket of songs that I always get nostalgic for at the end of the year. So, Billlie is also a group that's based with lore. That was another thing that really kept me into Billlie, was like, I love a good group with lore, and at this point Luna was kind of dying, / their music and lore was becoming increasingly separated. So I was really craving something with a weird storyline to untangle, and boy howdy is Billie's storyline weird and hard to untangle. But it's ultimately, I think, a story about being a kid who is growing up and trying to figure out what to do with that, because there's that weird adolescent teenager phase where you feel like a kid but you're being treated like an adult, and then in all the places that you want to be treated like an adult, you're being treated like a kid. And that's the ground that Billlie lives in, while taking a very cool fantasy spin to it, and just like a touch of missing persons true crime into it. I cannot explain it to you well, but I think it's fun and neat. Musically, Billlie, I think, is a group of endless songs. Their songs, I realized while I was doing this listen through, are not particularly very long. They're still following the current trend of shorter songs. Very few of their songs hit over the 4-minute mark. However, their songs are so well crafted with unique sections and like distinct, powerful sections that you don't feel like they are shorter than 4 minutes long. All of them feel like they are long and earn their runtime. Like they are filling up your time and are worth listening to in entirety, not just to loop and stream. They are trying to be more than just catchy pop songs. They are trying to have a very distinct musical identity. And as I said before, their musical identity is kind of weird. They have a lot of things that are little background flourishes and talking to each other, having conversations in the music, a little bit of well-placed auto-tune and vocal filters, as well as just a little bit of genre hopping to say what the story needs to say, but still sounding like Billlie. So I adore them for that. This was a fun ranking to do. I had a lot of songs that I have a pretty clear set of like songs that I love from Billlie and albums that I love from Billlie, and the ones that I'm like, yeah, they're fine. But it was very interesting to compare them when I got to like the ones that are like, it's fine. To put two of those together and tell me which one do I like more, that's hard. To get to the songs that I know I love and say which one do you like more is incredibly hard. And so for that reason, we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about it. If there are any Believe in the comments, please tell me your relationship to Billlie. Tell me how you got into them. Tell me your favorite songs. And let's get started. This is ranking Billie's entire discography. Let's go. The Soul Savior. So for all the good things I have to say about Billie's discography, this one is at the bottom because I don't like it. I think it takes a lot of the things that I really like about Billie's music, and then it just does them wrong in a way. Like, this auto-tune on this one is really tinny to me and has a robotic feeling to it, but not in a complimentary way. And then the pacing of the song is just off. This entire song feels rushed to me, which is a shame because it's just the chorus. Everything else about the song is pretty good, and then it drops into that pretty good pre-chorus, and then they just start the chorus, which is so rushed and cramped, and it's tripping over itself to get the song out, and it feels really awkward to me. It feels like they just need to give it 2 to 3 more beats before saying the next thing, but they just couldn't wait to do it. I like the dance break part of the song. That's pretty good. Like I said, I like the pre-chorus, but I cannot get over the pacing of this song, and the chorus really ruins it for me. Star. I did not know this song existed before I went through this project, so I think this ranking has a lot to do with my general unfamiliarity bias happening here. But just in general, this song does not do a lot for me, which is a shame because it's warm and it's mellow, and it has a really delightful trumpet in the instrumental. I just think this tempo is maybe a little too moderate, if you can pick up what I'm putting down here. Like, it needs to be a little bit more of something else, either slower or faster. And also, compared to other Billlie songs, this one is very simple. It doesn't have a lot going on. It's very plain and it's very basic, which is what it's designed to do. It's an OST for something, or I don't know if it's an OST or if it is a just a companion song, but either way, it's made to be, I would imagine, something in the background and very easy to listen to. And this is very easy to listen to. However, that's not what I come to Billlie for when I'm coming to their music. I tend to like, with the exception of Soul Savior, tend to like their weirder stuff. So this one's just not built to be that. Back to where we belong. This song starts with an acoustic instrumental and it builds into a very lovely, warm pop ballad. And this song leaves you feeling really warm and nice inside, warm and fuzzies. I don't have anything else to really say about it beyond that, though. Forever in the flower. Flower World. The instrumental of this song is just so delicate, and it's really, really delightful. It's a beautiful orchestral piece. This song is really, really strong, and I think it pulls up some very powerful emotions to it. The string line is simply delicious, and I love that the main melody is ultimately very, very simple, and it's the backtrack that is what changes and develops throughout the song, while the melody stays relatively stagnant. And I mean that in a complimentary way. And this song feels very meaningful, and I definitely, whenever I even just see the title, the bridge will keep playing in my head for at least a couple hours afterwards. This song is truly beautiful, but it suffers the sin of being a ballad, and I'm always going to pick other songs before I pick the ballad as my favorite. Alice. I enjoy this song, but it really feels familiar. Like, especially the chorus of it feels familiar, and I think it sounds like a sign anonymous. So, I think what makes this song a Billlie song is the fact that Billlie is singing it. It doesn't feel unique to them, and it just kind of feels like a song that they got to first. You know what I'm saying there? It's not a bad song. It just doesn't feel unique in the musical identity that they have built for themselves. Anonymous. Bright and dreamy, this song is a lot lighter compared to its title track, and I really love the drum set in this song. I think this song would make an awesome It's Live song. I would love to hear like a live band playing this instead of some synths. Yeah, this one's generally lower on the list because this song has a lot of like quirky and cluttered songs, and this is a much lighter, smoother track in comparison, and I tend to like the cluttered songs a little bit more. Believe. This is a very sweet fan song named after the fandom, Believe. It's very cheerful and it's very poppy, and it really is a true celebration sounding song for their fan base. Funny story with this one is that somehow on first listen to this song, I misremembered it and convinced myself that this was a ballad somehow, and so now every single time I listen to this song, I get the joy of realizing that it's in fact like not a piano-based ballad, like it's like a fun, warm pop song. So, great bonus every time this comes on. I get to remember that I like it a little more than I thought I did. Brave. This is a smooth R&B flavored song over a crunchy, almost retro sounding synth. That's what it brings us. I'm really into the full choral, like full group singing the chorus that this song brings us. I think it's very nice. Highway Romance. I think this is what people think K-pop is when you say I'm into K-pop. But as a person who listens to a lot of K-pop, that is not a bad thing. Funny enough, this is another song that I did not know existed until I did this listen through. I didn't know Pat Bingsu had a B-side. I thought it was just Pat Bingsu. But it is retro and bubbly, and there's a nice vocal filter on top of it. It gives it a nice little, like a vocal frost, so to speak. And I love the interjections of this song. Like the little hey, just in between lines. It's delightful, and I think it gives it a bit of a J-pop flavor, just a little bit. It gives me like anime. Like some animes have a more bubbly song for their outro song. It's got that kind of vibe. Like this is a slice of life show. Also, the rap line, ma'ams, 10 out of 10. Overlap. I think Billie's different vocal colors fit together very well in this song. I can really appreciate the way that everybody's voice sounds in this song. I also think the pacing of this song is a little bit weird. Complimentary. It's slow in the beginning, and then there's building into this part of the song that I associate with it, and then they jump right into the chorus in not much more than a breath. And then they do a full stop. There's like a full beat of silence before they get back into it, and then they kind of slide quickly into the next section of the song, which is I think it's very neat. This is a fun way to play with the pacing without it feeling super awkward. Lionheart. I would not have been mad if they had chosen to end this song with a lion's roar. They do not, but I think that would have been a nice like mic drop moment to it. It's got a really nice string line in the background. It's hiding under this heavy drum beat, and I really enjoy the post-chorus section, that repetition of "I'm a lion, like a lion." It's very, very catchy and it has a very good mouthfeel to sing along to. It also reminds me, complimentary, of Purple Kiss's Fireflower in terms of instrumental, which was just something I noticed after listening to it a few times. I don't have anything more to say on that. I just wanted to share. Snowy Night. This is gentle and poppy and smooth, and as a Christmas song, I think it's maybe going a little higher than I anticipated it to, because I'm at the end of the year, and I have been listening to this all December long. Like when I did my original listen through, I wrote down that I had positive feelings but no big feelings about it. And now I have been listening to it for about a month before I'm recording this and before I did the actual ranking. And this song ended up a bit higher than I expected it to. But I think it's just a nice, gentle Christmas song that, had it not had the word Christmas in it, I think it could have just been a nice B-side, and the vocals are just lovely. I have to assume it's Haram doing some of the main vocals I like. I'm not very good at distinguishing Billie's vocals, but that first line of the chorus, the "I'll shake it snowy night, na 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 na," sounds really good, and I'm very, very fond of it, and I am a lot more fond of it than I expected to be, but I've also been listening to it for a month after not listening to it for about a year because it wasn't Christmas time. On the topic of one-off singles, we have Pat Bing-su, and this is just a summer silly song that's literally listing off the recipe to make Pat Bing-su. It's a remake song, and they really did not have to go with this hard. It is catchy, it is well performed, and I don't think I have a lot to say about it besides that this song is in my head when I really don't ask it to be there. In my margins, I have the word upward melody written down, and unfortunately I don't remember what I wanted to say when I wrote that down. But I think I like the way they have some notes that kind of like swerve upwards, like, and one point they're like, "No macho way," and they like swing it all the way upwards. I think those are fun, and they add a nice, I don't want to say flirtiness, but there's something very playful and jovial about that delivery. The 11th Day. interestingly enough, for as high as I have put this is a song that I tend to forget about, and I think that that's a shame, because it's just surrounded. This is a really good song, but it's surrounded by all the other songs on that album, and I love Billie's debut album. This is smooth and R&B, and it's so well placed amongst the track order because it's a bit of a cool down song. It's just a little bit smoother and simpler compared to some of the clunky, grittier songs on the album. It's a little bit retro. I love the trumpet line. Said with high esteem, I think that this song could fit into Red Velvet's discography. It's just something a little bit different for Billlie without feeling awkward within their discography, without feeling off-brand. Moon Palace. This song has a dreamy music box quality that feels straight out of a dream sequence. It's straightforward enough for you to follow through with it, but then as you start to pay attention and look around, you start seeing all the details that are maybe a little out of place and shouldn't be there, but they make sense for it to be there. I really love the repetition of the phone dialing and the speech at the beginning and end of the song, that fuzzy radio voice. I think this song is also very interesting because it's probably Billie's shortest song. I'll have to compare it against Bring Your Own Best Friend, coming in at only 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and I would not have guessed that. When I mentioned earlier about Billlie having some short length songs but not feeling like short songs, this is the perfect example of that. Is that I did not realize this song was so short because it feels like it earns its runtime and is well crafted, so you do not notice the short run length. Clocking in at number 15, we are at the halfway mark. For this discography ranking, I have my B. This is densely synthy and sparkly, and as this being the first track on their third album, it's such a nice contrast compared to the Collective Soul and Unconscious, which as a whole is much dreamier. I mean, thematically, it's the Unconscious, it's a dreamland, dreamlike state, so it's much emptier and much hollower, versus this album, or this song, kicks it off right away, brings us back to that original like Village of Perception sound by being thicker and more cluttered, and really kicks back everything I love about Billlie. When the Collective Soul and Unconscious came out, I wasn't super in love with Ginga Minga Yo, and none of the B-sides really did it for me in the beginning. So I kind of went from being like, I love Billlie, to being like, I guess I'll keep my eye on them. And this album really brought me back to all the things that I love about Billlie. And my B as one of those the first song of the album, I think draws you back in nicely to all those things that you might have loved about the Village of Perception Chapter 1. This is a band track, and it has I can't read my own handwriting. The backtrack has a really good sense of tension that pushes the song along, and it's totally held in this pre-chorus percussion and the vocal embellishments in the chorus, and then they all just especially accumulate and feel so earned in the final chorus that just make the song. Extra. Extraordinary. This song has a playfulness to it that I just associate and have so thoroughly characterized about Billie's music. This one has an extra flirty edge to it, and I think part of it is just this easygoing rhythm with the rasp of breaths, and then this very sparingly used sparkly synth sprinkled over top that really emphasizes their vocals in the pre-chorus. They all sound so good. And big bonus points in this song for the outro / the final chorus. Various and Precious. This is definitely my favorite fan-dedicated song that Billlie has done thus far. It just makes my little heart happy when in the chorus they sing, "Believe you're so special." It's so sweet and it's so cute, and it comes off in a very genuine way. I also really love the synths that they've got going through the backtrack. They're really lovely layered. And this song is funky yet feels soft to the touch, and they've kind of, I don't think there's any brass in this track, but they've done a really nice job mimicking the sound of a brass line in this song, which is just lovely. The Rumor is easily, I think, the catchiest song on this album. There's so many little bits and bobs that just sink their hooks into you. I think especially in the chorus. That's her, na 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 na, for real, na 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 na, anymore, na 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 na, sorry. There's just so much vocal layering and then tonal switches. They have different whispers and lines repeated to each other. The entire thing is in conversation with itself, with them talking to one another in both the main line, and then the backtrack talks to the main line as well. This song is so creatively crafted, and they've smushed so much into it. You can just hear the rumor like making its way around town throughout the runtime of the song. It's great. Ginga Minga Yo. This is the song that just keeps going. Like, the very first time I listened to it, I was very surprised by how many distinct sections this song fits into its runtime. And I remember getting through, like, they did the dance break, and I was like, what do you mean it's still going? Like, something about this song feels lengthy. And in the past, I thought that was a bad thing, but now in the present, I think it's a good thing. And Ginga Minga Yo was, I mean, in general, it was just a grower for me. Like I mentioned before, when this album came out, when this song came out, I didn't love it as much as I loved Ring by Ring. And I was like, this is weird, but it's not the flavor of weird they did before. And I don't like it as much. And it took me a couple of listens for it to really sink in for me. And it's very catchy, and it's catchy in a good way, and I think it's okay if a song is a grower. Like, there should be nothing against it for that. I mean, I've done, like, on this song in general, I've done a full 180 since I heard it before. The background vocals and flourishes are fun, and they're campy, and the main chorus is just so sticky. Like, it really sticks in your mind, and I think it's fun, and it is bubbly. Definitely worth all of the hype it got when it came out, and I think it should continue to get hype. Hocus Pocus. The main hook for this song is so ridiculously catchy that I will just be going through my day and with no prompting at all, just be going ba 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 da ba 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 da. I really love in the song, so the record scratches are super well placed within the instruments, especially the drop into the rap break. Again, a little bit weird, complimentary. I think it works well. And I think what I like most about this song is that it just feels like a Billlie song. Because I was genuinely worried about this comeback because they are missing 2 members. I think if they were missing 1 member, I would have felt a little more secure. But 2, and then they did the pre-release, which I love because we haven't discussed it yet, so we'll get there. Like, I love the pre-release, but like it didn't feel like Billlie. But this song, I think, slides right into their discography so neatly. It's bombastic and it's got a bright colored feel to it. Like if this song had a color, it's like turquoise and bright orange, and those are colors that I think slide so well into the rest of their discography.
Like a white knight, I can't define. It's weird, am I right?
그때 우리가 많이 웃었다는 건 아주 생생해. 그런데 무슨 옷을 입고 있었는지.
Enchanted Night. So the best part of this song is the ad-libs. This jazzy little number is just, so I know Moonsu is not doing all of the ad-libs, but it sounds like her, like they've mimicked her tone for a lot of them, and I love that. And all the ones that are in her voice, I just love hearing it because there's such a unique rasp, and it adds so many good things to all the good things happening in this song. I think this song is just, it's crispy. And there's got the cymbals in this song are great, and they're working so hard. This is comfortably one of my favorite songs off of the album. It's so good.
I don't mind. 어디 한번 던져봐. Gonna celebrate my life. 답이 뭐라도 즐겨 난. If you wanna get mate, I don't mind. My friend and me all team. 뭐든 될 수 있어 다. 잘 봐. Baby, take it out inside.
Flipping a coin. Pacing is the name of the game with this song, because it's a short song, but it in no way feels like a short song. Every verse just rolls into the next chorus without losing any of the energy that it has built up during that section. And it holds that energy all the way up through the dance break until you finally get a moment of softness in that vocal bridge. And then you get a moment to breathe, and then it just goes hard and full into the final chorus. And this is a song with the final chorus that I will just totally hold my breath for. It's phenomenal to get to that final bit, and I love all the ad-libs in this song. It's just every single addition is addictive. Ba 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 ba, yeehaw! And they've got the little haze hidden throughout. There's a coin rolling sound. It's all perfect. You know, this song, I think it's a little bit of title track privilege to it. It ended up a little higher than I was anticipating, but I'm okay with that because I do really enjoy it. While Billie's other title tracks are more neon colored, this one's more of a pastel punch. It's gentler, but it's still very joyful and youthful and feels like the Billlie sound. I love the choral descending notes in the song, and Suki's little heartbeat, heartbeat is my favorite thing in the whole song. It's literally 2 words, and yet I think it's the killing point. It's just the right amount of cuteness. It's the cherry on top to 이노야.
생겨났지 늘어가는 질문 물음표에 집중할 때 나나 who's the joker 나나에 Don't treat me baby Amy 아닌 뭐니 설마 전부 의미 없니 중요할수록 쉽게도 사라지네.
Who's the Joker? So this song, I've said it a couple times before, but this time I mean it. This song just keeps going. This song is so much longer than it actually should be fit into its runtime. This absolute zoetrope of a song has so many distinct sections that all snap together like the perfect puzzle, and it brings the energy up and down and is really gliding through and playing this song. Like, it starts off, they fit so much into the verses. The pre-chorus itself sort of feels like it has two different sections. Like, each set of lines feel a little bit distinct from each other, that they almost kind of sound like two different pre-choruses going one after the other. But you hit like pre-chorus number 1 and then it drops into the first verse, and then you get both of those little pre-choruses which just drop into the actual chorus, and then the chorus leads into that second verse, and then you've got the rap part of the second verse, then the singing part of verse 2, and then you've got that rerun of 2 segments of pre-chorus there, and then the chorus, and then you get the bridge, which has the same melody as the chorus but different lyrics. You have a little chant break and then a little dance break breakdown. And then you've got pre-chorus number 2 dropping into a final chorus and a full outro section, all in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 12 out of 10. We are starting at the top 5 here with Nevertheless, and I really don't know where to start with this song. I think this is one of those songs that I love so much I cannot speak much about it. I think the best place to start would be that chorus melody, just the main line, because I love these descending notes that really scoop into the word wow, and then there's the high notes just soaring totally powerful above the chorus, and when they hit the final chorus they really push further into them and they reach up even farther. They dig in their heels, so to speak, and it makes this song a lot of fun to listen to.
Everybody's got a secret. I'm more than like a dream. 검게 가려진 비밀을 본다면 와 그래도.
Everybody's got a secret. The classical sampling in this one is delightful. I'm pretty sure it's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, and it provides such good texture on the basis of the song, and then over top of that in the vocals they've got some snaps and glass sounds, and it gives it a really crunchy feeling to it, and then it has this beautiful balance of this heavy, lazy, low rap and then a really strongly delivered chorus, and then there's high echoes above and a nice sighing noise in the background notes. Absolutely scratches my brain in the right way. Bring Your Own Best Friend. I adore this song. I adore this song. I will say it is much too short. I can adore something while critiquing it, clocking in at 2:37. I think they just kind of forgot to write the rest of it, and that's very sad for me. But I love the leading string line coming in. I love how Shiyun and Sean specifically sound in this track, and the soft pastel vibes are just begging you to like keep girls' night a girls' night. And I love that as a song topic. I think it's very sweet. The post-chorus with all the harmonizing is lovely, but I really do wish that it was just something more and they gave it a real bridge, because Billlie bridges go hard. But that said, it was just on repeat after release, and it's still on repeat now. It is so delicate and addicting and delightful. It's so good.
Ring my bell. 필요할 때 불러 ring ring. Ring my bell. 이건 둘의 비밀 지키.
Ring My Bell. So Billie's a concept hopping group, and as a fan, that's a really fun quality to have. But oh my god, I want them to come back to this concept so much. They just ooze charisma through this entire song. Haruna's voice, I love her in Ring My Bell so much. It's addictive. It's insanely high energy. It's got the drums. It's got the guitar. They start shouting at the listener, the little ad-libs. And oh my god, Haruna. When she does those ad-libs, she does so much with so little, and you cannot look away. This is definitely one of those songs that I love so much I cannot speak about it. It was such a delightful surprise when it came out. It is such supreme dedication to the concept they were doing, and I love every minute of it. And coming in at number 1, Ring by Ring. This song, and quite frankly this whole album, is such a masterful debut, and as much as I love Billlie, I do not think they are ever going to make anything that I love as much as this song again. Ring by Ring is weird in the best possible ways. It almost has a J-pop flavor, but it's not quite that. It's just enough to be an influence or an inspiration without being the song. It has this aggressive, fast synth running through the whole song with the drums flying over top. Their voices have a really well-placed vocal filter that enhance the song without taking away their vocal color, and I love the choral ascensions, and then there's descending moments as well, and there's just these amazing assortment of bell tones hidden throughout the track, some more obvious, some less obvious. The soul of Billlie lives in this song. And that, folks, is my ranking of Billlie up through the latest song release, Soul Savior. I so hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about them and fangirl over Billlie. I'm a very proud fan of them. I think they're going to do great things, and they're going to keep delivering us with great, weird music in the future. Please, in the comments, if you enjoyed this video, or even if you didn't enjoy this video, tell me all the things, I take that back. Don't tell me what I did wrong. It'll make me sad. But I do want to hear your Billlie opinions, like which songs rank high for you? Which songs were you expecting me to rank higher, but didn't make it very far? By this point in time, I've done 3 different groups in this type of format, so I would imagine you maybe have a slight sense of my taste. It's probably not the full thing, but like a slight sense of it. So I'm curious if anything surprised you, if there's anything that you love so much that you were surprised to see me put in the mushy middle or at the end. I think that's fun when I watch ranking videos, is being like, this is my favorite and you've put it at the bottom. So yeah, I want to hear all your opinions, or simply tell me what you love about Billlie. Tell me about your bias. Tell me about your Billlie story. When did you jump into the hype train? I would love to hear it all. I love to hear people talk about things they love. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I will catch you on the flip side, my fellow K-pops and cosmic bodies. See you in the next one. Peace.